Hi, today is July 25th, a Wednesday, and I obviously have this broken arm here, so it's really hard for me to type, so I thought today is a good day to practice those skills of talking into the camera and letting you feel me come across to you. First of all, I want to say you would have thought I would have learned the lesson by now. And by that, I'm not talking about the broken arm. The broken arm was an accident at work, and accidents happen. That's why they're called accidents. You can't prepare for them. But I've been in this position before. It's not the first time I've had a broken bone. But here I am again with a broken bone, living alone, and learning how to ask for help. That's the lesson. That's the problem I still have. And I thought I learned that last time. And I thought I learned that when I had an operation about 10 years ago. And I thought I learned it when I slipped on the ice last January. But I'm guessing that maybe I don't quite have that down yet. And so here's my chance to try again. I mean, I'm not really questioning why this happens. I'm kind of flowing along with the broken arm and the other things that have happened because, you know, I miss synchronicity, and what comes my way usually has some reason, and I don't need to know the exact reason. I just need to flow with it. But behind that flowing, there still lurks in me that little bit of, oh, I wonder what opportunity is here for me. And I think this time that opportunity again is how to ask for help. Now in the past I've had more family around. Well, this time no family. And I'm not complaining, but it's like each time the lesson is a little bit harder. Or not harder, but I'm put in that position where I have to be a little bit more forward in asking for what I need for help. And I know I am not alone in this. I know that there are lots of people who can give and give and give and have no problem. If somebody called me and said, you know, Jean, I'm really sorry to bother you, but if you're not busy on Friday, I have a doctor appointment. Could you take me? And of course I'd say, sure, I'm not busy, no problem at all. What else do you need? Well, it's very different when you're on the other end and you're the one that has to say, oh my gosh, I've got this appointment coming up. I wonder who I can call. Oh, here's my address book, you know, and I'm going through the list of names. Nope, she's on vacation. Nope, she's away. Nope, she's working. Oh no, she's out of town this week. And I'm going down the list and down the list and down the list, and it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, I tell you, we get to that situation, you got to get really creative. And it's amazing that you get to start to, or not you, right now it's me I'm talking about, but you might have been in this situation too, where you have to think of something creative that you can do and look at your other options. So in this particular case, I wasn't kidding when I said I need to go to the doctor on Friday and I don't know who's going to take me. Now, I did go through that list, and I have started calling a few people. And one of the other things I've learned that's really important to know, and it's taken me a long time to get here, but I did call a couple of people, or somebody called me and asked if I needed something, and I happened to say, yeah, I do have a doctor appointment on Friday I need to go to. And they said, gosh, I'm really sorry, but I'm working. And when they said that, it's like, oh, well, that's too bad. But what was so cool this time is that it's okay. They're working. It's not about me at all. They're just working. They're not saying, no, I don't want to take you. What are you asking me for? That's not it at all. It's just that they're working. And it has nothing to do with me in that situation. Whew. I tell you, that's really a mind opener. You know, it's like, not to take things personally when you ask and people cannot help you. So that's just like one little aspect, but it's okay. So As I said, I still don't have a ride, but I have options. First of all, my very rock bottom option is I can always call a cab. Not my favorite option, especially since where I have to go is less than a mile away. And last time I was in this situation and I had asked for help and I couldn't find help, that was what I had to do. And I could not believe how much it costs to go 1 mile, because the orthopedic center is really just like down the street and turn that way, and it's right here. And then to come home, I had to wait like over half an hour for the cab to come and repeat its way. And you know, it was a bummer, but you know what? I survived it. So that's like number one option, bottom option. So I think the other thing that I could do, and I did this the other day, and wow, did that work well. And it was hard for me to do, but I needed to get somewhere, and it was something that I knew this time that a lot of people were going to, so that made it a little bit easier. But I wrote and sent out a message. As it turns out, someone lost someone, a friend of mine lost their mother, and there was going to be like a special service for that person. And I had gotten notice, and I knew a lot of my friends would probably go, but just when I got the notice, I just typed back, yeah, I really would like to come if somebody could pick me up because I have a broken arm. So that was a different behavior. That was a different pattern for me, because I automatically, I mean, like, I didn't even go through a whole lot of thinking this time. Wow, I think, you know, thinking has always made it harder for me to move forward in what I need and want. So this time I just wrote back to the person who sent out the message is, yes, I want to come, but I don't know how to get there. And guess what? That person put out an email saying, Jean would really like to go. Is there anybody who could pick her up? I have had at least 6 people write to me, and I have been so grateful and want a little bit of a lesson. You know, maybe it's starting to get in there. Maybe I won't hesitate quite so much to ask for what I need, because 6 people came forward and I only need 1. And once I get there, I bet that person who offered, I'm not sure where she's even coming from to pick me up. It could be that she lives across town. I don't know. I don't know this person very well. But coming home, I already know that there's like 4 people that live like close to me in this neighborhood. So this woman that's picking me up will have that choice of either bringing me home, or I could come home with anyone who lives close to me. But that has been a really good opportunity for me to know what happens when I do sometimes ask for help. One, that I can ask for help and if it works out okay. If it doesn't work okay, it's not always about me and people saying, oh, Jean did it again. She needs help again. You know, and I think that's the key word. If you have ever had a problem and you have been in my situation, and I know many of you have big families to fall back on, and you have extended families, and I am not without friends. I have lots of friends, but that doesn't mean they're always available. And I kind of like hold some of those big questions for help for the big things, not the little things of like getting to go to a doctor. So if you're on your own, you really understand that. But if I take together everything I have said so far, like right now, and remember that, when I start to look for someone to take me to the doctor, when I'm out tomorrow, because, you know, remember I can't show you very well, 6 people, you know, offered to take me, I can maybe ask a few people tomorrow night when I am at the service if there's anybody that happens to be free. And if there's not, I still have that backup. I can take the cab. I'm okay. So it's very interesting to balance what I need and then to come up with solutions that are creative that will work. So this is just my kind of musings for today. I hope that maybe you can benefit from some of my experiences, because like I said, this is an accident and I'm flowing with it, and I'm not saying it's always easy. You know, there are times that, like right now, I have a book on the floor. There's a towel that dropped on the floor over there, and I can't quite pick that up to get it because my shoulder is still sore, and like I can't bend further than this. But later on, somebody's coming down and they'll pick it up. And so that's another thing. And I'm just putting this like as a little like asterisk or a PS at the end. You know, some things you just have to let go when you're in a certain spot that you just can't do anything about. And really, is it that important that I pick up that book over there, or I pick up the towel that's over there? No, it's not important. Does it drive me crazy? Yes, it does. But that's the way it is. And so I will remember to walk around that towel that fell on the floor so I don't trip. So here we go. That is my thought for the day. Really, there's lots of thoughts. And I'll play this back, because when I play this back, I can listen to myself and I can learn from me. And I hope I help you too. Thank you. Have a pleasant day. Bye.